Tonight, it's Madden NFL football. It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. See Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you into Paycor Stadium on the riverfront here in Cincinnati. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. This will be fielded inside the 5. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. Shifts by him, and he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here's second and a yard. On the option, Jackson will keep it. And he is going to lose yardage here. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Jackson. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. They juked him. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
That's multiple times now he's tagged them with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
Jackson going to hold on to it again. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained. And, in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Jackson going to run. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Now Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it. Sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
From the 29, Burrow, open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Burrow will throw. This pass complete to Higgins. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Now it's Burrow. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here we go. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Here's Burrow. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase on the touchdown throw from Joe Burrow. And the Bengals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and we are tied at 7. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Hill going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there at one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Two minutes gone by, second quarter. On third down, Jackson. That would complete to Prochet. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man covers are so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now it's Jackson. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, and this is caught by Watkins. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 15-yard line. Jackson to Watkins there for a Baltimore 1st. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And one more time, that's Watkins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
1st down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. To throw again is Jackson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the 1st.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a 1st down.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Throwing is Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. first and 10. Joe Burrow. Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. They will throw on first down with Burrow. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow, he'll drop this one down to Mixon. Call it a gain of a yard, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. I've worked with you long enough now to know you like that decision. Go safe, pressure coming, hit your guy underneath.
It's an excellent decision, but he knew it came with consequences, and that's him getting hit on the play, but able to dump it to his running back and gain some yardage. I liked everything about it, especially his ability to stay in the pocket and execute.
And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. And the Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Here we go.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's got some space here. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Looking to throw on second down. Burrow, that's the tight end Hurst with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Burrow looking to pass. Again, that's Hurst. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And it'll be 4th down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Jackson. Flush to his right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals have recovered it. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. And the Bengals are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Now it's Burrow. Touchdown! Devin Asiasi from 4 yards out. And the Bengals take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. Well, down in this part of the field, CD, they'd love to get him the football, and right there, a little pitch and catch for the score.
Yeah, and he's such a weapon when it's that close to the end zone, and they love being able to rely on him to make those kind of catches. Talk about trust, talk about confidence, and he produces.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Jackson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Here's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Now that's a quarterback who's in charge out there right now. Wants to throw the ball on 3rd down, doesn't find anyone open, tucks it away, takes off, and picks up the first down. Not by a little, but by plenty.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Jackson running again. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Score that tackle for loss to the Wyoming alumnus, Logan Wilson.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. And now Jackson will look to throw it. That's to Watkins. What a grab that was. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 28. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. That's about as good as a linebacker can diagnose that play, isn't it?
It certainly is, and what he did really well is that while he was diagnosing, he got his feet in motion without actually going anywhere and taking a false step that he had to make up later. He read it, got his feet in motion, and then he just took off and made the play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Jackson to throw. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation. But instead, they fooled him a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Tucker's kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
He'll set up the throw from the gun.
Here's Higgins out of the right side. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Burrow. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Buying time to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Burrow giving it to Mixon on the option. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
(17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25. And now here come the Ravens.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked his special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Now Jackson. This is Robinson.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game.
Jackson. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Jackson to throw.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Throwing, Jackson.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Here's Jackson.
Shoves him aside.
And he will get a good amount of yardage back on second down, but the clock still runs.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Jackson.
And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for 1 more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
To throw, Burrow.
He's going to float this over the middle, deep. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the Ravens who won the toss. They'll get the football first here in overtime as the kick is away. And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
They'll start by running the option to the right. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. First throw in overtime now for Jackson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a first down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up. But in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he'll just get rid of it.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Burrow.
got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That third down conversion good for 23.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Kyle Hamilton running up from his safety spot and earning the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Inside handoff to Mixon. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And now 3rd and very long. Are you cautious here?
I think you have to be, because the first mantra of any football game is don't lose it. Then you give yourself a chance to win it. And if you go ahead and force something now, take a big shot that doesn't pay off, you didn't help your defense out at all.
Yeah, especially here in overtime. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This pass complete to Higgins. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins.
Von Bell up to make the tackle. This being their 2nd opportunity in overtime, 3rd overall drive. See if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
And they'll get this up to the 10, but that's all. A nice job there to bring him down defensively.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one, because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
Connecting with Andrews.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. To throw again on second down. Jackson.
Pass complete. It's likely.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Jackson now.
That one complete to Prochet.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up second down. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And joy will reign in the Inner Harbor as the Ravens have won it.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Cincinnati, good night, everybody.